Final discard will always be the supplies move. Yes, very good way to put that. Very good way, because it needs to come back and understand like, hey, it's in your power. And that's the thing, is a lot of people don't realize that it's in your power to make sure it's the final discard. It's in your power to make sure that you're actually free. And that's why we have the clarity challenge, 45 days to be able to transform your life. Because a huge part is like understanding that it is in your control. So many people think that it's not. So many people think that they don't have the capability to get out, or they don't have the mindset to be able to get out. And they don't, because they're stuck. They're trauma bonded with it. We've got some people that are going through the clarity challenge that are radically transforming their lives in multiple ways because of the fact that they're able to see, like, this is actually giving me clarity. This is actually helping me understand more than what they've ever seen before. So like, we're super, super excited about that. So check that out. You can go to claritychallenge.net. claritychallenge.net. That is a challenge, 45-day challenge that we recently put together. It's been running for a couple months. We've seen some really good results coming out of it. People actually getting free, not just from like physically, but mentally and emotionally. Like, that's the biggest piece. Okay. Plan my escape for a year. No, absolutely. You have to plan sometimes. Sometimes it's really tight. All right. What else we got? Do you think it's good to go no contact with narcissist ex-husband despite we have kids together? If that person is toxic, lying, not vulnerable, not showing consistent change, absolutely. I think it's beneficial. I did a video today that comes out next week. It talks about the idea, can you actually heal when you're with a narcissist? And I don't think you effectively can. And I think there has to be, at the very least, some separation, some like disconnect to actually get to the place where you have enough space and enough capacity to be able to work through what you're actually dealing with. Okay. Is it possible after ending a relationship with a narcissist to be friends? I think I'm at that point. Would be a platonic friend to enjoy good qualities and avoid the chemistry that drew me. No, I don't think that's possible at all. Good luck. Because typically it'll just be another play to be able to use, abuse, and control you, even if it's friends. Typically it doesn't happen. Especially if you've been romantic. No. That's hard because you need to raise kids together. If one person is toxic and abusive, you don't have to do anything together. Okay. We need to understand, like if they're abusive, like, you don't have to do anything together. Okay. Is the narcissist community on Facebook? No, the Narc app. It's actually, you can access it on the web, or you can do it through the actual app itself, Narc app. So you can go to narcapp.com, NARCAPP, narcapp.com. Okay. Why did they say, well, I didn't ask you to do that when you've done something kind for them? To make you feel bad for something you did that was nice, is to turn it around on you. Well, narcissists lie about wanting kids and absolutely do not want them. Yes, because like the idea there is like, I want kids so that it looks better, and so I look like a better human being for you, but I don't actually want kids because of the fact that they're an inconvenience and a liability, and they cost a lot of money, and they're going to inconvenience me. That's the whole thought process. Okay. The friend thing is bad. I tried it horribly, quickly, and heal it. Yeah, absolutely. Ex-husband hooked back up with his crazy ex literally a month after he moves out. Yeah, he's probably replanning that. Okay. He told me something, to be honest, but kept saying he didn't have to tell me anything. Yeah. If they don't want honesty, if they're not going to actually like engage with honesty, there's nothing you can build on. Like, there's no hope in the relationship, period. Can narcissists change back to the love bomb version for the next supply, but typically not for you. Once they've made that switch in your mind, you're either all good or you're all bad. Once you switch to all bad, it's almost impossible to pull it back. Can narcissistic abuse cause health problems? Absolutely. CPTSD, like, that's a huge one. A friend of mine has autoimmune some stuff. They also have like OCD. Like, there's a lot of different things. Like, there's a litany of different things. I don't even know all of them. All right, they can cause a lot of different things. Now, I was trying to look it up for you so I can tell you really quick what some of them are, because I am not good enough to remember every single thing. Health fallout from. There we go. Hang tight. So narcissistic abuse is written in the body. Okay. As we've discussed, such children experience brain and hormonal trauma response that can last a lifetime and lead to a variety of acute and chronic dysregulation and disease. They commonly develop CPTSD and other health fallout, including autoimmune disorders, profound sleep disturbance, vulnerability to addiction, self-destructive behaviors, and an inclination towards further victimization in their relationships. Okay. Now, this is talking particularly for people grown up in narcissistic homes, but it also works for everybody else. Like, CPTSD is real. And if you want to know, I was reading from the book, The Narcissist in Your Life by Julie Hall. Fantastic book. It's one of the better ones that I've seen, actually talking about narcissistic family dynamics and family systems. Okay. My experience: hair loss, weight loss, CPTSD, OCD, speech issues, memory issues, and that list goes on. Yeah, no, absolutely. Okay. It's complex post-traumatic stress disorder. So it'd be like PTSD. So like someone being in like a wartime environment or something like that and like having a moment, except it's complex because it's continually going. Like it's not stopping. And that's that piece where you're stuck in a narcissistic relationship. You're constantly having that. Okay. Chronic anxiety. Yeah. No, absolutely. You don't have to do anything bad for them to switch on you. They kind of set isn't like yours. Yeah. Their mindset isn't like yours. Yeah. No, see, there's trauma bonded for sure. Absolutely. A lot of people get trauma. Someone developed heart issues. Yep. Get married and then destroy them. He recorded illegally, stole money and my identity. Whew. Since leaving my narcissist ex, I'm no longer gluten intolerant, lactose intolerant. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. You don't have to cut the gluten out. Just cut the narcissist out. That's awesome. Panic attacks, heart palpitations, terrible during last 5 years with narcissists. Yeah. So I mean, there's tons of things. So like not just like me saying it, but tons of people in all the different comments everywhere, like validating and saying like, hey, this is what's been going on. Like this is what I've been seeing. Okay. Does narcissists normally always hoover? I would say yes. Better safe than sorry. Okay. Doctors, I thought I needed a pacemaker. Nope, just need him to leave me alone. Yeah. How do you tell the difference between someone who is just toxic or narcissist? At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. End of the day, toxic is toxic. Like you need to understand, like you don't need a label to actually leave a toxic person. You don't need a label to actually get away from a narcissist. Sometimes people look for the label so they can justify leaving. Okay. I so ignored red flags. Now looking back to see the pattern with me and other women, even the kids, he has no contact, but he was always the victim, of course. Yeah, always switches around. Is it normal for a narcissist family to abandon the kids once the ex leaves the narcissist? Yes, I would say that is pretty typical. Still attracted to people who remind me of my abuser, and I want to get rid of this horrible pattern. So would love to have you join the Clarity Challenge once you can understand why you're actually doing that. But it goes back to the story that you're believing. Like there's some story, there's some thought, there's some idea that's in your mind that keeps attracting you back to that person. Not that person, but just like the attributes. A lot of times that's where your perspective is shifted and your perspective is shaped a certain way, maybe because of your upbringing, because of previous partners, because of other stuff you've been through in life, but it's shifted that way. Okay. Let's see. How long does the love bombing last? Typically people say like 6 months to 12 months, but you can't die on that molehill of saying like, that's exactly what it is. Okay. Clarity Challenge. You can access that by going to claritychallenge.net. So it's a new challenge that we have out, 45 days, about 45 minutes a day to be able to transform your life. Take back your power, start to build back your confidence, find out who you are. Because one of the biggest things is when you get out of a narcissist relationship, you no longer know who you are. Like there's a huge part of like the narcissist destroyed and took away a lot of you. So it's like, how do I actually figure that out? How do I actually find that, get that back? We're developing a systematic process to be able to walk you through how to find you again. Like that's the whole point of it. Okay.